Hello, hello. I wonder who might join me today. Hi, Essie. Be sure to say hi when you come on so I can make sure comments are working. Hi, Michelle. Hey, Meg. How's everybody doing tonight? Hello, Michelle. I'm so happy. It's working. Yay. Okay, so, hello, Meg. So, I have been traveling like a crazy person. So, I haven't been coloring, which is so sad for me. So I decided that tonight I would color this stamp set. Hi, Mom. I'm going to actually color all of it. And I also wanted to paper piece. So I don't know if you guys have seen the new release or not. I mean, it happened already, of course. But I was out of town, so I didn't get to show you guys what the new stuff was. But I think Jamie has showed you. So this is Howdy. Hey, Jamie. So this is Howdy, and it has a matching die set. Super cute. I think Jamie used it on her live, so I chose to grab the one that hadn't been used. Here is Cacti, which I think Jamie used last night, and it has a matching die set. And then we have Everyday Sentiments. I've wanted this stamp set for a while. I'm so excited to have it. I can't even tell you. So it has great sentiments on it, and you can use it for all kinds of occasions. And the die set will cut out all the sentiments for you. So that is super cool. Well, you won't be cold, Jamie, after you get to Texas. And then there's one other thing that's new in the shop that I wanted to share with you guys before I get to coloring. Hi, Carrie. We now have, so you guys know we have the Color Decks Classic die. Hi, Paula. Now we have the Color Decks Angled. It's pretty cool, huh? And the Color Decks Zigzag. It is a great sentiment set. I'm super excited about it. This one is cool. That looks like a stamp to me. And then the last one that we have out now is called the Scalloped. So, hopefully they'll be in there tomorrow. Yeah. So these are the 3 new Color Decks dies that are coming to you soon. Tomorrow, hopefully. Okay, so this is the 4th stamp set that released. It's called Bless Your Heart. It's super awesome. So this one is like a silhouette. So it's the full image stamps. So you don't have to color in the little howling wolf. And then there's the little skull, and that I love that one. And then there's hat and boots. So I already jumped ahead. Yay! I jumped ahead and stamped this guy, and we're going to color him tonight. But instead of coloring him like the package, I'm going to color him with black horns and more of a bone color skull. So boots and hats, boots and hats, boots and hats. Okay, and I also colored the boots and hats. Boots and hats, boots and hats. So I'm going to actually color them, and then, yes, I'm going to color them first. And I will color them all in color, and then I'm going to cover it up with paper piecing so that I can show you how to color them if you want to color them. And then I can also show you how to paper piece with them if you prefer to do that as well. So I chose this cow design for the paper piecing. Hi, Cheryl. And yes, if you want to come to the retreat, you will need to sign up for that ASAP because I'm going to run out of time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I've already stamped the images for coloring, but now I'm going to paper piece these parts of the boots with this print. So I want to make sure that I place it on here how I want the design to show up. So I'm going to place it where I think it would look best. And then I'm also going to do the same thing because we're going to paper piece this small piece on the hat. So I want it to have some of the black cow print on it. So I'm just going to lay it where I want it. And then I'm going to stamp it with my Memento. By the way, this is really good cow print paper, and it's from Photo Play. It's from their fair stamp set. So it looks like the county fair, but it has cow print on the back. So it's pretty neat. Oops. I always drop my stamp pad. It's just a thing. It just shows that I'm human. So I'm going to stamp right over top of this. Oh, tell them what came to... I get to tell them? Guess what arrived at Jamie's house today, you guys? We're so excited. Yep. It's the new paper. It's the new coloring paper arrived at Jamie's and will be in the shop in the next couple of days as soon as we get it all ironed out. The photos and all that stuff. Okay, so I just stamped it twice just because this paper is black and white, and I feel like it's just a little bit harder to see than another kind. Yeah, that you guys are gonna love that paper. I can't wait. I cannot. I'm so excited. Okay. So if you ask Jamie, she will tell you I like to put my stamps back exactly on target with where they're supposed to be. So when I'm looking for them, I can tell what they are. So I'm a little bit particular about that. So I like them to go back exactly on there, but not everyone does. But that's how I do it. Okay, so I'll put that away later. You do the same thing with your stamps, like perfectly exact for reals. Like I'm really into that. I just like, you can borrow my stamps when we're all together, and you can stamp with them, and if you stamp with a permanent ink, I'm okay with that, but make sure that you put them back on the stamp set correctly. Yeah, the whole new level. Okay, so we have several things to color, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I think I'm going to do like a purple and brown, just because, I don't know, just because I'm feeling purple and brown tonight. So I think I'm going to go real brown, true brown, whatever you want to call it. I did get my new marker replacements today, and I'm so excited. Oh, you never thought of stamping on the paper? Well, we're going to paper piece that right over top of this. So, yeah, for sure. It's going to be... You did make it to the live, Sandra. Welcome. Okay, I did finally get my replacement markers, and yes, because I missed RV95 so bad, I ordered it twice on purpose. But I got my E21, so now we can use that tonight, so I'm super stoked about that. So we're going to do... oh, yes, that's right. She is going to do a live. Jamie's going to do a live in the book she got from you, Sandra. Hey, Gila. So we're going to use these natural browns, the E29, 27, 25, 23, and 21. We are also going to use purple, V09, 17, 15, 06, and V12. Did I get your 2? Are you asking me that question? Because if you are, I missed what you meant. And then I've already pulled the colors for the skull as well, but we'll do that here in just a little bit. I'm going to start with the boots and hats. Boots and hats, boots and hats. Hi, Roberta. So I'm going to start first by doing the, well, do we want to do it brown? Yeah, it'll be fine. All right, we're rolling with it. Okay, so I'm going to start with the browns. This is E29. And I'm going to do this first, this line right down the middle of the boots. I just want to get that out of the way because it's teeny tiny and hard to see. Oh, you love the marker holder? My hubby makes some. We sell them in the shops. Super awesome. It's usually just one. These are the ones we have in the shop. They look like this. This one was made for the in-person retreat. So it was a limited supply. This one is the one that's in the shop, but it's super awesome and it's great for lives. And you do some, so you might actually want one of those. Okay, so I did that part, and then I'm going to work on the soles of the boots because I really want them to remain fairly dark. Now I have cowboy boots. I have 3 pairs of cowboy boots, but then again, I live in Texas, so yes, I have your 2, Mother. I did get them. I sure did. And then I'm also going to do this layer right here. Not the whole thing, just some of it. And we'll come back with the other colors and finish that up here in a few minutes. You have a pair of boots? Hi, Sherry. Yeah, we do. I do. I have 3 actually. So I also want to make this part that comes over the boot in brown as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get that colored in. And we have 2 on this side. These are like, I don't know, if you don't wear boots often, you probably don't know, but these are used to pull the boots on your feet. Because sometimes boots are hard to get on your feet.
So we need 3 pairs of boots. One to work in, one to dress in, and one to dance in.
I'm so glad that you popped in. What'd you say, hon?
So you need 3 pair of boots. One to work in, one for dress, and one to dance in.
That's right. That's why I have 3 pair. Although I have 2 of mine are chubbies. I don't know if you guys know what that means. Probably not if you don't have any boots, but the chubby boots only come up to about right here. They're much shorter than regular boots. So they're just a little bit, they look the same, they're just shorter. And I'm shorter, so it works for me. They work, this, you can't tell when you have pants on, but when you wear like shorts and boots and stuff like that, then you can see it. It's wrong to live in Texas and not have boots. Boy, you got that right. I like to wear boots. They make me feel sassy. E25 or spunky, whichever way you want to say it. I'm gonna keep the bottoms looking much darker than the rest of the boots, so that's why we started with these and we haven't done this part yet, because it will be brown as well, but it'll be a lot lighter than the bottom part of the boots. And really, if they're your boots, they can be whatever color you want. And you could draw patterns in here if you wanted to. Spunky is not a good word. I used to say that a lot when I was younger. I feel spunky today. As I got older, though, it moved to sassy, so. But I used to say spunky all the time. All right. So we're at a hexagon, and this could be your crafter leg card. You could use an embossing folder on them. Yep, that is true. Hi, Renska. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the E27 and work on this bottom part of the boots. I don't want it to be quite as dark as the sole, so I just going to use a little bit. Hi, Timothy. Thanks, hon. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit along the bottom here, not a whole lot, just a little bit. There we go. I mean, we're going to color this, but we're going to cover it up with our paper piecing, but it will give you the idea of how to color it and how to paper piece with it. So I thought I would do both, and I would just, you know, cover it up. I'm okay with that. I hope you guys are okay with that. I'm having a hot flash. I got quiet for a second, didn't I? It's so hot here right now. What was the temperature today, honey? 101. 101, 102. Oh my goodness. Sandra will know what I'm talking about. She's in Texas too. Okay, so now I'm going to start building in some of this. I was super excited for this stamp set to come out because I just love the boots, and you can use it for so much. What is the heat index? I don't know.
I don't know. On Tuesday and Wednesday it was up to like heat index like 110.
Dale says Tuesday and Wednesday when I was not here, the heat index was up to 110, around 110. So
this is the time of year we go to hell to pick up ice.
What?
This is the time of year we go to hell to pick up ice.
Right? It's so hot. I think I'm going to go back to E25 real quick. You're not liking the heat. And I'm just going to put these lines in here. These are usually a thread of some sort on the boots. So I like them to stand out just a little bit more. And then I'm going to go over it with my E23. Just to keep that part of the boot just a little bit darker. It's hot here, plus the smoke is really bad in the air from all the... Oh, that's a bummer, Cheryl. I'm sorry to hear that. In Michigan too? Wow. Okay, this is a brand new marker. Let's hope it works really good. All right, so far so good. So when I use E21 with E25, it's kind of, I mean E23, it's kind of a big jump in color. So I'm going to do a little bit of the tip to tip just to get that color to be just a little bit darker for blending purposes. Because see, if you watch, when I go over the boots, it doesn't blend quite as well as I would like. Triple digits, oh, they kill me. So I'm just going to do a little bit of tip to tip. Now when you do tip to tip coloring, you definitely want to touch the tips. Don't use stuff down here because this stuff is dried and it will gunk up your nibs. So don't do that. I know and there have been several people who told me to do that, but don't do it. It's bad for your markers. So don't do it. This is going to give some good texture to these pretty boots. I like it. Look how nice that looks. Last call for the retreat. Yep, we're going to turn the sign up for the retreat to get your kit off soon. I mean, you can still always buy the retreat later if you want to watch the videos versus being there live, because they will be recorded and you will be able to refer back to them and watch them whenever you want. But if you want the kit, the small kit we have, to make it to you on time, you're gonna have to order ASAP. Look at those boots. Oh, it's gonna be so fun. Oh no, Roberta. Meg, you're gonna be so happy. It's gonna be so fun. I worked on organizing all of the data today so I could start posting stuff for you guys in the group. Not in the private group. Woo, you're having a cookout. Woohoo! Okay, so before I go into coloring any color here, I'm going to go ahead and do the hat the same way with the same colors so I can keep, I like my boots and hats to match. So I'm usually using the same colors. That's just a personal preference. I mean, I've seen people wear different boots with their hats, but yes, we did. We spent like lots and lots of time on the phone today. And I spent lots of crafty time getting stuff organized and making sure I have really great instructions and details for you guys on all the projects. And so I have a lot of scrap paper from working on them the best and easiest way. I don't just like to teach you how to do it. I like to teach you with the easiest to understand process. So I usually make the project a whole bunch of times just so I can figure out what's the easiest, best way to do it. Smarty pants. So I did a lot of that today, and tomorrow we'll be writing the final instructions. So everybody will be able to follow it, no problem. How many hats do you have, honey?
I'm down to one now.
Hi, Tammy. When I met my husband, he was wearing a hat.
I had my summer and springtime color and then my fall and winter color.
Did you guys hear that? He used to have a set for spring and summer colors and then winter and fall colors, boots and hat. We even got some singers signed your hat, didn't they? Remember?
Several different singers.
Yeah, when we went to concerts and stuff. So Jamie has never seen Dale and I dance before, but we can do the two-step. We can cut a rug together. Okay, moving on to E25. Gonna start lightening up these colors a little bit so they match my boots. Boots, and more boots. This is currently the old Sweet Sentiment paper, but if you were here earlier on the call, you heard that the new paper has arrived at Jamie's house. So that is super exciting news. Can't wait to show it to you guys. What was that? I didn't put my order through because I was saving it for the next release. Oh no, what happened? Oh, there we go. So sorry, so sorry. That was my fault. I was trying to go back and read what comment you were talking about. Cheryl, I do need you to contact me after the live. I have a few questions for you. So, in reference to the retreat, semi-truck pulled out in front of her house, forklift dropped, and a whole pallet of paper in Jamie's garage. Super exciting. It's been so long, so we wanted to make sure we didn't run out right away. All right, so this is E23. It is the second to the last color that we're using in this combination. I'm kind of going over the dark colors with these lighter colors because I want to kind of lighten up that color a little bit. So I want to make sure that it matches my boots. Boots and hats, boots and hats. That's all I want to say every time I think of it. Oh, we need to leave this one open because we'll do some tip to tip just like we did with the boots. Don't be afraid to do tip to tip. It's pretty cool. I love how it works. It helps transition. So definitely use it if you need it. Super great. I got one little spot right here that's a little bit darker. I need to fade that out just a little bit. There we go. You teach it in your class? I never forget. I never forget. I never get to go to your class, Jamie. So I thought I was going to get to go attend your class when we were at Stamp Fest, but it just didn't pan out that way, unfortunately. Someday I will get to see your class. I don't always use tip to tip, but when I need it, I'm all about it. You'll notice that as I'm picking it up from this marker, it's getting lighter. The tip is getting lighter. That's just because I'm pulling the ink. So that's why I keep flipping it over. There's more ink on the other side. But it'll keep refilling because my markers are not empty. They're definitely juicy. There we go. Ooh, that's a pretty color right there. There we go. Now we have a nice, awesome hat. Do you need to bring your markers to Texas? We could probably use mine. They're in really good shape. They're really juicy and happy. We should be fine with mine. And they're fairly clean too. So we're in good shape. Okay, so oh, you like it? It's a good blend. It really came out well. It looks textured and real. I like it. Okay, so we're going to actually color now with purple. We're going to start with V09. And I always do the inside of the boots really, really dark because they tend to be a little darker. They don't get any sun or any abuse from all the dancing and kicking up your boots. So I usually do that. And tonight I'm going to do this dark area at the top, the darkest shade as well. You don't have to, but I just kind of feel like it tonight. And then this boot is behind the other one, so we need some shadowing going on in here. So I'm going to put some in there. And I also think I want to just kind of go along these inside spots right here, just because that's where the two types of material and pattern meet up together. Your boots are pink? I have pink boots too. I have pink and purple. And I think the third pair is blue, I think. Gotta go. Oh no, Carrie. Okay, get some good rest. So I'm gonna blend out the last little bit right here for the inside of the boots. And then we still have 3 more colors to go after this one, so we're just gonna start working this color till we get a really good blend. There we go. And then we're gonna also go over where I put the other colors. I'm gonna start going along this inner side right here a little bit. I missed that conversation, so I didn't hear what that was. I'm just going to put a little bit along the front, just to show that they're like rounded. Okay, let's start working this dark piece right here. Notice I have to go over it along the line where the dark and the lighter color meet again a second time, just to get a really good blend there. But once I do, all is good. Oh yeah, Jamie, you got a little bit of waiting to do. But we're getting there. I know we have to work at night and during the day. What's up with that, man? Kind of using the side of my marker because I want to get more ink on the paper. So usually the less you want to get, the more upright you hold your marker. So I'm kind of holding mine on the side, allowing more ink to saturate the paper. I think that works out good for these boots. Is this set sold out? No, this set isn't sold out. Nope, it's available. It's called Bless Your Heart, or Bless Your Heart. You know, however you want to say it. Oh, bless your heart. Well, bless your heart. You can say it however you want. Walking out of those boots. Aw, sweetie, bless your heart. Yes, we are. This is going to be a rough month, this one. But we're going to start it off with you guys in the retreat. So this color right here, this is my favorite one to mix with purple. This has a really good pink hint to it. And I just love the way these come out. Isn't that just beautiful? You should have gotten this one. You'll go get it tonight. I pulled your order, Michelle. It will come with your retreat stuff. It's right there on my desk, waiting to be mailed with the kit once I have the remaining items arrive at my house. That's what we're waiting on. We had a delay on one of the items for your kit, so that's what's taking a bit. But it'll be here. I'm tracking it. All is good. And you guys will get them. Even if I have to send them like 2-day or whatever, you'll definitely get them. That's right. That is right, Michelle. Sneak peek for, what do you want a sneak peek for? Okay, this is V12, and I'm going to do some tip to tip again. Kind of giving you guys all kinds of techniques tonight. So I left V06 open so I could tip to tip with V12. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, the retreat. You want a sneak peek on the retreat? I'm not sure I could do that without giving it away.
Here's a sneak peek.
Oh, here's a sneak peek. You ready? Are you gonna stick your tongue out at me, Tammy? Not nice, not nice. Of course that my boots are purple. Yes, they are. I have purple and pink boots and blue boots. I have 3 pair of boots. Okay, so once you do the tip to tip, you just want to go ahead and run your marker on the paper just a couple of times to make sure that you don't we need to enlarge that. Not when you see what it's for.
So Jamie was asking him why tip to tip.
Why tip to tip? It helps with the it helps to blend the 2 colors together. If one is significantly lighter than the previous one you used, you can use the tip to tip to close the gap in those colors. Okay, I'm going to do this part. I know I forgot the button. I did it on purpose. V09. So I'm just going to do a little bit because this is a small area, but I want to get some of this darker shade in there. Yep, you were right. Hi, Sarah. V17 is next. It's going to be such a shame to cover up this purple on these boots, but we got to get the cow print in there because it's super cool. Your watch always says it's your bedtime. It's not your bedtime yet. Her watch plays a bedtime lullaby sound when it's time to go to bed. We could jazz up that little button, but we got a paper piece first. We are going to paper piece this right over top of this beautiful, gorgeous purple color. So sorry. When I'm doing a very large project, I will use that tip to tip a lot. But when I'm doing a smaller projects, I don't do it quite as much. All right. We're going to wait on the button. Okay. So my grandkids are done with school today, but I believe yours was last week. Oh, I don't have any. My grandbaby starts kindergarten this year, so I don't really know the school schedule right now.
Our schools end at the end of beginning first week of June.
June, right?
First week.
Yeah, they end the first week in June usually, somewhere around there. They go all the way till June. Sorry, I have to open my new scissors because I don't know what happened to my other pair. I'm sure they'll show up here somewhere, but okay. So I colored the boots, but if you didn't want to do all of that coloring, what we did was we stamped on this cow pattern paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fussy cut out the part that I want to be the cow print. And then we're going to place it over top of here. So the inside of the boots and this part right here all has to be, and this part, all has to be the paper piecing part. So we're going to cut along this line. And this line. And since this part of the boot goes up so high, we have to actually cut into that part. Like, well, we're not going to need this, so we'll just cut that off. But we're going to go ahead and cut up here. And then we can go along this side. I hope you guys can see this. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but it's bedtime treat. Well, he can go to bed. You can't. Not fair, not fair. Now, I don't want to cover up this line right here, so I'm going to cut it off at the line because I want to leave that line dark brown. And then along here. So it takes a second to do this type of a fussy cutting, but when you get finished, it's amazing. So you just have to decide which part you want to be the cow print and which part you don't. And then that way you work around. You work around that. So we don't want any of this part, but we need this part. And we don't want the little loops that you use to put your boots on. So then, look at that. Now, we need the back piece. Oh my goodness, I can't hold on to it. You like never paper? Kids are so behind because of COVID. Oh yeah, I know. It's been rough. I was kind of honestly a little bit thankful that I didn't have any kids in school during the COVID situation. Okay, now I'm going to cut along this very tiny little line because I want to leave that the brown. Okay, so the reason I colored them, and I would not normally color them if I was paper piecing, but I wanted to show you guys both techniques. So I colored them so you could see the technique, and then I'm covering them up because I wanted you to see how to paper piece. So it's kind of just a technique night tonight. So I have these little tweezers. Yep, just for demo. Then this one fits right here. So I'll show you. We'll just glue them on there. So I just use my Barely Art glue because you don't need a lot and it works really good. And then you just place that right on there. You need to place it down just a little bit. There we go. This glue is super great because if you eke outside the lines, it dries invisible, so you don't have to worry about that. And look at that. Yes, I'm gonna do the headband too. That's why I stamped the hat as well, because I wanted to be able to do the headband so it matches the boots. Plus, you know, we learned to color. We can always color it again. No problemo. So you just place it inside those black lines. use my espresso to press that on. But now look, they look totally different boots. But still super cute. And now it looks like this button is white that matches the white. That's why I didn't color it. And then here's our hat. So all we need on the hat is just the band. So I'm going to go in there and just cut on the black line. And that's why we're so careful when we place the stamp on this cow print, because we want to make sure that we get enough of the cow print that it shows up on the little piece. And then this one fits right in there. I still used less glue and it still had too much. But that's okay. I just touch it with my finger and the glue disappears. So look at that. Nobody in California wears cowboy hats. So this is how you can paper piece. I mean, you get the purple. It's beautiful. Here it is in pink. If you just want to color in the colors, but you can paper piece and then you don't even have to color those. You can do it however you want, which I thought was super cool. So I also pulled this out to show you how to color this, because I know this can look a bit intimidating. So I figured while I was coloring the stamp set, and since I wasn't making a card necessarily tonight, I will probably use these boots on something later, probably next week when I get to do my lives with you guys next week. I know both ways. Isn't it awesome? I mean, it just looks like you naturally wanted them to look like that. I love it. So I already pulled out the colors and I thought I would show how to color this, just because I think it's a bit challenging for some people. So I'm going to start with the horns. And I'm going to start with the darkest color, which is N8. And you can do these light or you can do them dark. I'm going to put in some shadowing where these are, and a little bit up underneath here. And then I'm going to do a little bit up here where the top of the horn is, and then maybe a little bit right here. So I'm just trying to put in some depth in there on those horns. I want you to stay up even later. This won't take long, Jamie. Hold tight a minute. We'll be all right. And it won't take us that long. We're good with inventory. We can get it done fast. Okay. I know you thought I was going to be done after the boots, but this won't take long, I promise. Okay, so there we go. Hi, Christine. Do some jumping jacks, Jamie. We'll be awake. Here's N7. So we're going to keep going with this shadowing in these areas that we had. Extend out a little bit. Do the same thing with this side. Try to keep the sides pretty close to the same. I am going to do a little bit more on these area right here just to keep that a little bit darker. I just want to show how easy this is to do so people aren't too intimidated. You will order it after I'm done. Awesome sauce. I love hearing that. And I chose these light browns and this black in case I want to put the boots and the skull in the same project. So we are now on the third color in the combination, so we're going to use just a little bit more of this one. I blame the gnat on Jack. Here, made me open the back door, and now I have a gnat in here. Did I get it? Sorry. Sorry about that little bit of distraction there. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to go down here, just extending these colors a little bit. Same thing with the bottom. I haven't taken Jamie to see the long, I think we went and saw the Mustangs, but we haven't gone to see the Longhorns yet. I'll be AFK for a bit. Oh. Okay. Then N5. So we have one more color after this. So some of this is going to get colored in here. And then there'll be a little bit of the last color, which will be really light. So we're just going to do the center part of these. So just a teeny bit of white left on there. Oh, you're yawning too. You're as bad as Jamie. Well, you need to go to bed early. Okay, so a little bit of white left for the last color. N4. And I'm just going to go along that center and kind of emphasize that little bit. There's a lot of colorless blender in this marker, so it will leave that little bit of white in there. It'll color gray, but it'll also leave that little line of white in there because of how much colorless blender's in this particular marker. The lower numbers you go from here, the more you'll see. So there we go. Now, when we go down to do the skull section, I'm going to do that in these brownish colors. So I'm going to do 44, 43, 42, 51, and 40, but I'm going to do the nostrils in this much darker color. So I'm going to start with E49. So I want to give this a bit of dimension. Like these are supposed to be sunken in, almost like a, kind of like a see-through area. And I think I might put just a little bit right up here. Just to emphasize that. Next, we're going to use E47. Going to extend these. We're going to work on this part in here. I want to keep this really dark, so most of that's going to get colored in with this one, leaving just a teeny bit. And then I want to start working in this part up here where the horns attach to the head. And I think we're going to start doing, I'm going to just kind of build in a little bit of this cheekbone-ish right here. There we go. Then we're going to move on to the much lighter colors. So E44. We still have 5 more colors. I'm going to use a lot of colors on this one. gonna go out just a teeny bit more on this. Not too much, just a little bit. Let's start building this one up. And down. And then we'll put just a little bit here. Oops, I'm almost off camera, aren't I? Scooch down. It's like everybody left when Jamie left. E43. We dropped a bunch of people dropped off. You could paper piece with this and make it a real pretty bright colored little skull. Trying to give the little bit of a sunken in look for that. And I missed, you're a diehard? Yeah! I'd like to hear that. I'm going to go back with the 44 real quick and finish this off because I really want to keep this much darker than the rest. Okay, so now back to the E42. I'm so glad you guys are sticking around. That makes me so happy. As I start putting these colors on, you'll start seeing this really kind of come to life. It's pretty cool. Not sitting on the paper for a long time, just kind of sketching in this color because I don't want it to look real smooth. I want it to look kind of rough. And I like these colors because when you start with the dark and you start getting lighter, they start, yay! Hi Stephanie. They start looking really textured-ish. So I switched from the 40s to this E51 because I like how this E51 gives a little bit of more of a natural bone kind of color, if you will. So a lot of times if I'm doing bones or like even dog bones or whatever, I add this E51 just because I think it really gives that extra little bit that helps it look a little bit more on the real side. Then we go back to the 40s for E40. And this one is a very light color, so it's the one that will finish off this project. So we're kind of going over that E51 to kind of tone it down so it's not too crazy skin color, but just so it has enough of it to really bring out that more realistic look to it. And we're going to finish off this with this color. And then for me, there you go. You like it? It's awesome. It's going to look really good, I think, with the boots. I may have to put it all together in one shot. I think it will look really good. And you could always use the white gel pen some if you wanted to, if I knew where mine was. Wait, here it is. I found it. So you could put like a little bit in here just to kind of show a little bit of that. That white gel pen will just make it kind of come to life.
Does the skull come with the boot set?
Yes. The skull and the boots all come together in the same set. Yep. They do. It does. Give me 1 second and I'll show you this set. It also has a few sentiments in there. And look at that. Oh, yeah. So it looks like this. You actually get the little wolf, which looks like this. Honey, do you know where the stencil is? I think I didn't show you guys the stencil, but I think the wolf plays really well with the stencil. Do you know where it is, honey? Because I don't think I have it.
I saw it in the package somewhere.
I really need to show it to you because it's amazing and you need to see it. So hold, please. I think is the one right here. Yes, I found it. Okay, so it looks like this. Let me scooch out so you guys can really see it. So this stencil is a 2-part stencil, and it builds mountains. I mean, it's pretty awesome. The stencil is super fun. I wish I had...
In this second part of the stencil, they don't see has a mask for that top part.
Yeah, so these all line up together and build one big scene, and this part right here gives you the shadowing on the mountains, and some of it masks it as you're doing it. So you'd have to see it for real. We'll definitely show you how the stencil works. But there's cacti and rocks and grass and all kinds of stuff, but it works really good with this little wolf howling. But he is solid, so you don't color him at all. He's one solid stamp. The rest of them you color, and you get bless your heart. You mess with the bull, you get the horns, and how y'all doing? So that's the full set. This was how to color and paper piece, and this is how to color the skull. So there's 2 different ways you can do it. But yeah, so anyone notice the Mesa Verde name? That's the name of this stencil, is Mesa Verde. So yeah, it's super cool, and this one's a lot of fun, so I'm sure you will see this one quite a bit in videos and online. I don't have my cards because they're still packed away in the suitcases, so I can't show it tonight, but we'll definitely show it to you later. Also, we have dies, a matching die set as well. Oh, there you go. Pull it up in the shop and it shows you a sample. Perfect. Thank you, Cheryl. You're right. Cheryl, don't forget to contact me after the live. I need to talk to you about the retreat. And if anyone has any questions or anything, Jamie will be live tomorrow afternoon. And I'll be back next week. So I'll see you guys at 9:30 next Tuesday night. And thanks for watching. I hope you guys liked it. Have a good evening. Good night.